gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Canal Algérie's news in English. And the beginning is with the headlines. The 2022 World Cup kicks off in Qatar with a dazzling opening ceremony attended by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, and other heads of state and government. The President of the Republic meets with several Arab leaders and expresses his pride for Qatar's impeccable organization of this major sporting event. Investment projects booming here and there in the country thanks to the government's facilitations are spotlighted in our edition. Abroad, the situation in Morocco is becoming worse by the day, and Moroccans continue taking to the streets demanding the departure of Akhanouchi's government. And we conclude with the beautiful images from the Opera of Algiers choreographic show, retracing the different historical stages of our country. Good evening, those were today's headlines. We begin our news edition with the biggest worldwide sporting event, the 2022 World Cup, taking place in Qatar, which kicked off today with a dazzling opening ceremony in the presence of guests of honor, including the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, who was in Al Bayt Stadium, alongside other leaders and heads of state and government.
No matter where we're from, no matter what tribe you're from, is welcome.
Ahead of the opening ceremony and in the VIP lounge of Al Bayt Stadium, the President of the Republic met with Arab leaders and presidents, including the Emir of the State of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The Jordanian King Abdullah Al Thani and the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah Al Sisi. In addition to Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Kuwait's Crown Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Subah. The President of the Republic met with football figures on the sidelines of the opening of the World Cup, including Patrice Motsepe, the President of the African Football Confederation, and the former French international footballer Yuri Djorkaeff. The President of the Republic expressed his pride of the flawless Qatari organization of this major event, wishing that the Arab teams will in the future up to the level of their people's expectations and reach the final game. Let's have a listen to him.
تنظيم رائع من أروع ما يكون، عالمي، أقل ما يقال أنه تنظيم عالمي يشرف دولة قطر شقيقة ويشرف العالم العربي كذلك، وفيه أقوال وأقوال وأقوال، خليهم يتكلموا. أنا اليوم نفتخر كدول عربية بشيء اللي وصلت له، المستوى اللي وصلت له قطر في تنظيم احتفالية عالمية مثل هذه، لملايير الأنظار ملتفتة إلى قطر اليوم. شيء عظيم، تنظيم جيد لا غبار عليه. الباقي دروك كل ذي نعمة محسود مثل ما يقال. إن شاء الله إن شاء الله نتمنى فقط أن الفرق العربية، الدول العربية في مستوى الكروي توصل يوم من الأيام إلى نفس المستوى، يعني حتى نحلم أننا نرى يوم من الأيام دولتين عربيتين في نهائي كأس العالم.
Earlier in the day, the President of the Republic arrived to Al Bayt Stadium to attend the opening ceremony of the 2022 World Cup. The President of the Republic tweeted via his official account the following: "The state of Qatar has the right to be proud of its unwavering success in organizing the 2022 edition of the World Cup, and we also have the right to be proud of its high-level representation of our Arab brothers in its win of the bet. Congratulations to my brother, His Highness the Emir Tamam, and all the Qatari people." As expected, it was a colorful opening ceremony that displayed rich and diverse cultures and civilizations of the participating countries. All in all, it was a telling success. More insights with sports reporter Manal Ammari.
Modernity with a touch of Qatari creativity and innovation were displayed to the world during an exceptional opening ceremony that took place in the capital. A ceremony that showcased the rich and diverse cultures and civilizations of the participating countries. Thanks to this sporting event, viewers and attendees of all nationalities were introduced to Arab culture and traditions, making all Arabs and Muslims proud of their identity. The 2022 World Cup witnesses the participation of 32 national football teams that will compete against one another in amazing stadiums, with players fully prepared to dazzle football lovers who traveled from all over the world to back their squads. The first World Cup to be staged in the Middle East is taking place under different circumstances than usual, especially since it is being held in November and December instead of summer due to the heat. Qatar devoted a strong determination as well as great efforts for the organization of this remarkable and memorable event that is taking place on Arab land for the very first time.
Debates at the National People's Assembly around the Finance Bill 2023 continued on Sunday in a plenary session chaired by its Speaker Ibrahim Boughali. The morning session was dedicated to interventions of President of parliamentary groups who hailed the development plans in the Finance Bill. They also raised a set of concerns to the Sector Minister Jamal Qisali, who responded to them, notably in terms of the bill provisions and the purchasing power of citizens. In cooperation, the President of the National People's Assembly, Ibrahim Boughali, in the National People's Assembly headquarters, received a delegation from the Palestinian movement Hamas, led by the head of the Bureau of Martyrs, Wounded and Prisoners in the movement, Zahir Jabarin. On the occasion, Ibrahim Boughali reiterated the importance of the Palestinian cause, adding that defending it is a duty for all parliamentarians in all international events. For his part, Zahir Jabarin updated the Parliament Speaker with the latest of the Palestinian cause and praised the outcomes of the Unification Summit for Palestinian National Unity, reiterating the movement's commitment to making the Algiers Declaration a success. Let's shed now light on a successful investment project, namely the Gatex Textile Unit based here in Algiers. This ambitious enterprise intends to explore the national market with its high-quality products. Najah Tayyar has more details.
The national textile company in Shraga is following a development program and doubling the efforts. Gatex institution is now open to the public, and that is a great novelty in the region, displaying its originally made outfits. Our objective is to satisfy the Algerian consumer and to provide local clothing products. Currently, we are producing collections for the occasion of Al-Eid that are now in the shops. We have a commercial jacket club subsidiaries almost everywhere on the national territory. The order comes to us through the commercial units to the technical unit. The latter gives me the cuts to be made, that are the pieces of information of sizes and the quantity and the description of the designs preferred by the clients. The designs are made at the creation unit. With the capacity of producing 1,400 outfits a year, Gatex uses a high-quality equipment producing all types of caps and clothing pieces, and also is taken in charge the production of outfits for a movie about the Liberation War. We are making jackets of the Security Corps with a capacity of producing 400 jackets per day. And in matter of delivery, we deliver the products to our clients twice a week. Our units make all types of caps of the military and the paramilitary uniforms, for example, civil defense. JETEX institution doing its best and aims to innovate and explore the national market with 100% local products, distinguished by their good quality and reasonable price.
From the report by JETEX Group, let's head now to Ouled Jalal province, where several projects are finally achieved thanks to the facilitations granted by the authorities. Obstacles are lifted, a boom for the Biskra investors, local development. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
Phytosanitary products intended to preserve the agricultural harvest are manufactured here in the factory in Ouled Jalal. Products submitted before their placing on the national market to an approval issued by the Ministry of Agriculture. Our objective is to allow farmers to have a quality product at reasonable prices and to create employment. We have trainees here in our production unit who came from training centers and universities. We train them here to be able to recruit them. We manufacture phytosanitary products without interruption to improve agricultural yield. Among the investment projects which have benefited from the lifting of obstacles and are currently operational, a project that meets the needs of the inhabitants of Dawson and its surroundings in terms of dairy products. Waiting the realization of another investment project consists of farms specializing in dairy cow breeding. People are asking for more access to this essential product, which is milk powder. That's why we have launched into dairy products. We are waiting for the new investment laws to come up with other benefits that will allow us to ensure the production of fresh milk and subsidized milk. All the obstacles have been removed on the projects at standstill. We are in the process of creating small industrial zones so that the investor can start his activity directly, either in the field of agricultural processing or in other sectors of activity. Ouled Jalal, which has just been promoted to the rank of province, aspires to install the right basis for the development of the regional and boost industry, thus contribute to the economic development of the country.
Abroad now and in Morocco, the social and economic crisis is growing. Moroccans have constantly denounced the inaction of Akhanouche's government, in addition to the rise in prices and the deterioration of purchasing power of a large category of society. Daily demonstrations are organized across the country, demonstrations that Anya Al-Bahri will tell us more about.
The soaring rise in food prices provoke anger and indignation in Morocco. In the markets, fruits and vegetables are untouchable. The deterioration of purchasing power has plunged a large part of Moroccans into extreme poverty. Everything is expensive. People cannot afford to buy vegetables. Potatoes are expensive. Tomatoes are expensive too. And also bananas. Everything is expensive. Everything is expensive. Vegetables prices are too high. We cannot afford these soaring prices. Driven into an infernal spiral, Moroccans denounce the hazardous policy of the government and hold it responsible for the misery in which they have been forced to live in for too long now. We hold the government responsible. This is an outrageous prices. The simple citizen cannot afford all these prices. All the prices are doubled. Everything increased. The simple citizen is the only affected by the increase in prices. Prices are increasing every week. Moroccans are living through an unprecedented socio-economic crisis. Protest movements continue to gain ground, faced with the Makhzen, which continues to enrich itself on the backs of the most vulnerable, and the 2023 finance law, which Moroccan citizens qualify as disastrous.
Algeria Between Yesterday and Today is a choreographic show organized by the Algiers Opera, retracing the different historical stages of our country. This event is part of the festivities marking the 60th anniversary of independence. Details with Sabrine Tefergenit.
Through life and colorful choreographic paintings, our country's history was retraced, a history marked with glorious events. The pageant referred to the different chapters in Algeria's history. It captured the sacrifices made by its people for the sake of reclaiming their land and identity. An outstanding atmosphere in Algiers opera. Spectators were amazed by the music, the dancing, and the scenario of this pageant.
I witnessed this point of history and wanted to transfer it through this ballet theater. Everyone can show emotions and their points of view by talking, writing, painting, and dancing. It is an artistic choreographic show that represents all the changes that Algeria has witnessed from independence in 1962 to 2022, and so until the edification of the new Algeria.
هذا العرض قدمنا فيه مجموعة من اللقطات اللي تمثل الجزائر بين الماضي والحاضر.
We performed several dances that reflect Algeria's past and present, and we wanted to show the important role of Algerian women in the independence era.
الجزائر وساهمت في الاستقلال.
الجزائر بين البارح واليوم is a pageant full of recognition, appreciation, and gratitude for the sacrifices made by our war veterans and martyrs. It is also a way to convey the importance of preserving the national memory for upcoming generations.
And with that, our news edition comes to a close. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.